Today's Bible story is from Adam to Noah, from Genesis 5:1 through 6:8. First, we will hear the actual verses. Then we will slow down, talk through what they mean, and break down how this passage moves the larger story forward. Here is the passage from the King James Version, Genesis 5:1. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him. Genesis 5:2. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam, in the day when they were created. Genesis 5:3. And Adam lived 130 years, and begat a son in his own likeness, and after his image, and called his name Seth. Genesis 5:4. And the days of Adam after he had begotten Seth were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. Genesis 5:5. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. Genesis 5:6. And Seth lived 105 years, and begat Enos. Genesis 5:7. And Seth lived after he begat Enos 807 years, and begat sons and daughters. Genesis 5:8. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. Genesis 5:9. And Enos lived 90 years, and begat Cainan. Genesis 5:10. And Enos lived after he begat Cainan 815 years, and begat sons and daughters. Genesis 5:11. And all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. Genesis 5:12. And Cainan lived 70 years and begat Mahalaleel. Genesis 5:13. And Cainan lived after he begat Mahalaleel 840 years, and begat sons and daughters. Genesis 5:14. And all the days of Cainan were 910 years, and he died. Genesis 5:15. And Mahalaleel lived 65 years, and begat Jared. Genesis 5:16. And Mahalaleel lived after he begat Jared 830 years, and begat sons and daughters. Genesis 5:17. And all the days of Mahalaleel were 895 years, and he died. Genesis 5:18. And Jared lived 162 years, and he begat Enoch. Genesis 5:19. And Jared lived after he begat Enoch 800 years, and begat sons and daughters. Genesis 5:20. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. Genesis 5:21. And Enoch lived 65 years, and begat Methuselah. Genesis 5:22. And Enoch walked with God after he begat Methuselah 300 years, and begat sons and daughters. Genesis 5:23. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. Genesis 5:24. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. Genesis 5:25. And Methuselah lived 187 years, and begat Lamech. Genesis 5:26. And Methuselah lived after he begat Lamech 782 years, and begat sons and daughters. Genesis 5:27. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. Genesis 5:28. And Lamech lived 182 years, and begat a son. Genesis 5:29. And he called his name Noah, saying, This same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord hath cursed. Genesis 5:30. And Lamech lived after he begat Noah 595 years, and begat sons and daughters. Genesis 5:31. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. Genesis 5:32. And Noah was 500 years old. And Noah begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Genesis 6:1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them. Genesis 6:2. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. Genesis 6:3. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. Genesis 6:4. There were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. Genesis 6:5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Genesis 6:6. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. Genesis 6:7. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air. For it repenteth me that I have made them. Genesis 6:8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Now let's break down Genesis 5:1 through 6:8. This section covers the generations from Adam to Noah, reveal the repeated shadow of death, the unusual hope of Enoch, and the grief of God over human wickedness. The goal is to follow the movement of the verses, notice what changes from beginning to end, and pause where the next story can begin clearly. The passage first asks us to notice this. Genesis 5 reads like a family record, but its repeated refrain reminds us that death has entered the human story. Then the story moves forward. In the middle of the genealogy, Enoch stands out as one who walked with God and was taken by God. The next movement matters. As the generations multiply, human corruption also multiplies, and violence begins to fill the earth. As the scene continues, the tension becomes clearer. The Lord sees the depth of human evil and is grieved, showing that sin is not abstract to God but personal and painful. By the end of this section, the passage leaves us with this. Yet Noah finds grace in the eyes of the Lord, and the story pauses on hope before judgment begins. What makes this passage important is the way it shows God's character, while the larger biblical story is still just beginning. We see that Scripture is not a random collection of moments. Each scene carries the story forward, revealing human need, divine purpose, judgment, mercy, promise, and worship in ways that prepare us for what comes next. This is a natural place to pause, because the next story follows Noah as grace becomes obedience and an ark rises before the flood. If this Bible story helped you see the passage more clearly, like the video and subscribe as we continue through Scripture from the beginning.